What's going on, everybody? It's been a while since I've done another video, but I'm back to show you what I've been picking up over the last few months, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the Captain Horror Collection channel. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Hangman, aka Captain Horror, and in today's video, I'm finally going to show you guys what I've been picking up over the last few months. So obviously, I've been MIA for quite some time. Been dealing with some health issues lately. Allergy season is upon us now here in New York, and it's kicking my ass, man. I also have asthma, so it's very, very different for me than just, you know, say sneezing, itchy eyes, watery nose, and all that shit. I actually have some serious breathing problems around this time every year. It hasn't always been that way, you know, my entire life. I've had asthma since I was 12, but I didn't start feeling any effects from the change of season until maybe about 3 years ago. Been really struggling with my breathing. Nothing has been helping me. My rescue inhaler, my corticosteroid, Advair. The only thing that's been really helping is doing a treatment with a nebulizer, a portable nebulizer that I have, and it's been working pretty well, but you know, it doesn't give me relief for too long, and for the most part I've just had to suffer through it until it sort of passes. And today is the first day that I've gotten, you know, the chance to breathe without hearing myself wheeze. But I'm back to normal, semi-normal I guess, and I figured let me do a pickups video, show you guys what I've been getting over the past few months. I've got, you know, quite a few pickups here from various companies such as Vinegar Syndrome, Synapse, and what else do I have here? Second Sight, of course, and wow, what else? Severin. I got all kinds of shit in here. But before we get into this video, I just want to remind everyone out there, if you like what you see here, please don't forget, leave me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and if you do hit subscribe, make sure you tap the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that I post. Let's stop wasting time and get right into this pickups video. The Changeling. Very, very awesome sort of haunted house movie. Actually, yeah, it's a haunted house movie. It's exactly what it is. But very well done. Stars, oh Jesus, I forget. It stars George C. Scott and Trish Van Devere. I believe that was his wife at the time, his real wife. Very awesome movie. If you've never watched The Changeling, I highly recommend this one. This was also just announced by Second Sight, and they're gonna put it out in a really awesome, you know, hard box edition like they've been doing with Drive and Dawn of the Dead and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think I'm gonna end up picking up that Second Sight release of The Changeling because I'm a big fan of what Second Sight does. I love their packaging and I love their attention to detail. It's just a really, really good company that shows that they give a shit, at least in my eyes, and I'm really into what they do. Plus 4K is inherently region free, so I got no problems with that because I don't have a region free player. But that's the first pickup I have, The Changeling from Severin Films. All right, so the next two I have here are Kino Lorber releases, and the first one is a movie with Charles Bronson, and that is Violent City. I've never seen this film before. I was watching a video by the great Toddy Walnuts. Shout out to Toddy Walnuts. Great channel. I love his videos. And he had this in one of his pickup videos, and I'd never heard of this film, and I love Charles Bronson. So I said, you know what? I'm going to have to pick that one up. And it's a Kino release too. It's not a 4K release. It's just a Blu-ray. And the next one I have here is another Charles Bronson film, one that I have seen many times, and that is the original Death Wish. Yes, the one that started it all, man. This is a film that I love very much. This is one that I've seen ever since I was a child. I did say in my last pickup videos when I showed the Death Wish 3 one that I used to get this one and that one confused. Even part 2, like I just didn't know which was which because he was shooting people in each one. You know, I just, as a kid, I didn't differentiate them. It was just all Death Wish to me. But this one I did see as a kid a couple of times. Part 3 was the one I saw the most. But I do like this one a lot. You know, this is like the beginning of the story of Paul Kersey, and you know, showing why he became a vigilante and wanted to clean up the streets and fight back against the crime of New York City. Really, really awesome movie. I highly recommend it. I did watch it already. The transfer is pretty good on here. That's another thing I wanted to say. Now that I have a PS5, I'm able to watch these 4K movies that I've been buying, and man, I am so happy about that. It's probably not the best 4K player, the PS5, but it's good enough for me. I enjoy what I see in it, and the HDR looks great. Enjoyed this transfer quite a bit, and I highly recommend this release if you haven't picked this one up yet. You know, I'm pretty sure you can still get it with the slip. It's not that old, just came out like 3 months ago at least, something like that. So yeah, Charles Bronson in Death Wish from Kino Lorber. All right, the next ones I want to go through here are my Vinegar Syndrome pickups. First one I want to show here is a partner label release. This one is from Utopia Pictures, and this is Martha, A Picture Story. This is a documentary about a photographer who took a lot of pictures, documenting the graffiti culture in the 1970s here in New York. Now, graffiti culture has a special place in my heart because I actually have a couple brothers that were part of the graffiti culture coming up in the late 80s and early 90s. So, you know, growing up in New York, it's just a part of, you know, the vibe of this city. You know, and especially if you listen to hip hop, which I listened to a lot of hip hop growing up, graffiti was just all part of that. You know, so I was very, very interested in this. Still did not crack this open to check it out. Documentaries is something that I do enjoy, but I gotta be in a certain mood to pop on a documentary. I have a number of documentaries that I have to get to, and I love this cover. It's just simple. It has a black and white picture of Martha herself, and some really cool images in the back there. Very nice. And this is her back in the 70s taking pictures of New York City. Heavy Metal Parking Lot.
And Madonna can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. She's a dick.
I got this one like right before it's sold out because this is not available anymore. I don't think it's even available without the slip. I think it only came with a slip. They didn't make like a standard edition. So this one's sold out by now. Going for a lot of fucking money on eBay, which is ridiculous. I don't recommend anyone buying this for those ridiculous prices because it's definitely not worth scalper prices. But it's a cool little, you know, video. It's like a sort of, you know, shot on video documentary about a parking lot of a Judas Priest concert, and it has other documentaries on here, like I think it's is it Neil Diamond parking lot or something like that, and then some other parking lot. Yeah, so this features Heavy Metal Parking Lot, Heavy Metal Basement, Heavy Metal Picnic, Neil Diamond parking lot, and Harry Potter parking lot. I have not watched this copy, but I've definitely seen Heavy Metal Parking Lot before. I think it's on YouTube if you want to watch it, if you're interested or curious about, you know, whether or not you'd be, you know, willing to buy this. But again, it's not available on any site for regular price. You're gonna have to go on eBay and pay some asshole a shitload of money just so you can get this thing with the slipcover, and it is not worth it. But I could not pass this up, being that I am a metalhead myself, and this documentary is fucking awesome. It's just like a time capsule of 1987. I believe that's the year, around 86, 87. But yeah, man, it's something that I just had to own. And I love this slip. This slip is so cool. The artwork on it is just really fucking funny, man. I love it. The back is really cool there. Got the Judas Priest fucking flag up, or banner, some a fan-made banner there. Very cool. And I love the two guys in the front. They have Metallica and Iron Maiden shirts on. Two of my favorite bands from when I was a kid, man. Especially Iron Maiden. 80s Maiden is just life. Who Done It? The Clue documentary. Don't ask, I'll answer it right now. No, I have not seen this documentary. I have not watched it yet. I have not heard good things either. I kind of jumped on this because I love Clue. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a great film from the 80s. So I figured, let me pick this documentary up. I thought the slipcover looked really cool with all the weapons. Very, very cool artwork on here. This cover, ETR Media, I noticed. I don't know if it's just all their releases, but this has got to be the plainest cover I've ever seen from Vinegar Syndrome. Not that I'm complaining, but there's not one bit of spot gloss or embossing anywhere to be found on this thing. Looks really cool. It has a nice soft feel to it. It's very nice. The slipcover, thick as usual, just very flat and plain. It's a fan-made documentary from what I understand, and it's not very well done. It's okay at best. Oh, this is the other ETR Media one that has no spot gloss or embossing on it whatsoever, and that is GoldenEye. Excuse me, I said this was called GoldenEye. I'm wrong. Golden Era. Jesus. Of course, it looks like GoldenEye. Can you blame me? The name of the documentary is Golden Era, and it's about the video game GoldenEye. I did own a Nintendo 64 back in the day. I was a huge Nintendo fan, and I still am. By the way, that's another reason why I have been MIA, because I've been gaming like a motherfucker. Come on, sucker! Ever since I got that damn PS5, man. Yeah, it just took over my life. Yeah, so I had to get this. I have not watched it yet. Yes, in my stack of documentaries that need to be watched, that is continuously growing, ever growing. But eventually I will. I never got a chance to buy this game though. So my nostalgia for this game is not really there. My nostalgia here is just for the Nintendo 64 as a whole. I'm hoping it's an okay documentary, but I have been hearing some negative things about it, that just like the whodunit documentary, it's not really well made. It's okay, and the biggest draw to this was the fact that it's about this game, and they made the fucking slipcover look like a Nintendo 64 box, which is fucking fantastic. I really fucking love this. This is fan service right here, guys. This is serious fan service, and this thing flew. Man, it sold out really fucking fast. A movie about the game that defined a generation. Very cool, man. Not available anymore from what I understand. You're gonna have to go to eBay and pay some asshole a lot of money if you want this. Primal Rage. No, I have not watched it yet. Again, I've been gaming a lot, so my watch pile has been set to the side, and I'm focusing on my play pile. But don't worry, I'll get to watching these really soon. I know nothing about this movie. I saw the trailer. It looked interesting to me, interesting enough. It seemed like a cool movie. But again, just like almost every single Vinegar Syndrome release, there's a ton of negative shit being said about any of their releases. So I'm reluctant to, get into this, but I'll go into it with low expectations, hoping that I will come out of it completely surprised and happy with what I purchased. Flesh and Fantasy. Another one that I've never heard of, that I haven't watched yet, but it's a black and white film that looks really, really interesting. It's an anthology film, I believe, and it has the same cinematographer from Night of the Hunter, which is a really cool movie from back in the 40s, and that is really good because Night of the Hunter has some really beautiful, incredible shots. Very well done. That's another one I have to pick up from Criterion. Flesh and Fantasy looks really interesting. There's not much more I can say about this thing, but yes, I added it to the collection and cannot wait to finally pop that in. Freeway 2. I have not watched this movie. I am a big fan of the first Freeway. I bought that one. I watched it already like 5 times since I got it from Vinegar Syndrome. It looks fantastic. The 4K transfer is actually pretty good on that. Really good. The HDR brings out a lot of great color in it. But this is the sequel to that film, which I think was released maybe about 2 years after. It is also directed by the same director, which is Matthew Bright. Yes, Matthew Bright directed this as well. This stars Natasha Lyonne this time, and from what I understand, this is a very different film from the first one. I haven't heard the best things, but I'm very interested in this because I love Natasha Lyonne. I love the first Freeway very much. So, my expectations aren't very high for this. I'm not thinking that it's going to be better, because I know it's not. From what I hear, it's not. So I'm not expecting that. But I'm very interested in this. Again, Natasha Lyonne is one of my favorite actors or actresses from that time period. I really think she did well in American Pie, and I loved her in Detroit Rock City. So, and of course, Scary Movie 2 as the Reagan character in the beginning of that film. God, so hilarious. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this, and what's cool about this is that the cover, matches the first Freeway cover, obviously done by the same artist in the same, style, and I really, really like that a lot. Bloodhook, that's right, the infamous Bloodhook. This original release from Vinegar Syndrome goes for a lot of money on eBay, and it's mainly because of this beautiful slip. So what Vinegar Syndrome has been doing lately with their rewards program is if you gather up enough points, which is 1,000 points, and you get 2 points for every $1 that you spend, you're able to pick from the available legacy slips that they reprint. They only reprint a few every month or so. I'm not sure how they're doing it, but as they change them, you have a chance to pick up a slipcover for a release that you can't get anymore as far as the slipcover is concerned. You know, so what they do is they change it up by putting these symbols on the back, okay, like the VSMC, which is the Vinegar Syndrome Movie Club, and on the side the symbol is a little different. It's gold, emblem is gold, the other side too, so it has it here, here, and here in the back, just to differentiate that this is sort of a second printing of that slipcover. But other than that, the slipcover comes exactly the way it was prior. You know, let me take this out. I just want to show how this slip looks. Yeah, man, this is a really cool slip. You know, I love the gloss on that. Really nice. Everything else is a beautiful matte finish, of course. You know, Bloodhook is embossed. This feels really nice. You know, the side, of course, embossed, and in the back there, you got the emblem also shining. And I actually like that. I dig that. I'm fine with this emblem. Some people were saying, oh, but you know, that slipcover is gonna have that stupid symbol on it. But it's either this or pay like $200 for the original slip, and I'm not gonna pay that shit. So when I got the slip, I picked up the movie as well. I've never seen this movie. I've never heard of this movie before I got into Vinegar Syndrome. Hopefully I have a good time with it. I'm not looking for good movies. I'm looking for fun, enjoyable movies. Hopefully this is a fun and enjoyable film, but I'm pretty happy that I was able to get this slipcover because this is a very, very nice slipcover. This is one of Vinegar Syndrome's best works as far as the slipcover is concerned. So much shit here, man. Righting wrongs. This comes in one of their beautiful slipcases. Nice hard box. Check out that artwork there. I actually really dig the way this looks. A lot of people were talking shit about it, but I'm digging it. I love it. A Cynthia Rothrock film. If you're not familiar with her, she is an awesome martial arts actress. Yeah, she's really awesome. I'm not familiar with many of her films, but seeing the trailers for this, I just was like, man, I gotta own this fucking thing. It looks so awesome. So here's the slipcover, because it also comes with a slip as well as that beautiful case. And you got some spot gloss there on the font. Of course, it's embossed. I love the artwork there. And here's the back. People were really complaining about how busy this looks. This is all, there's no gloss on here. This is just a nice flat finish, matte finish there. But I like it. It's very busy, I do agree, but I do enjoy the way it looks. The actual Blu-ray itself has the same cover as the case. And it comes with a booklet too, which I've never seen with one of these cases. So here's the book right here. And as you can see, quite a few pages in there. Nothing too thick, a little thinner than the sort of Arrow limited edition release books that you get. So yeah, I've never seen this movie. I still didn't crack this one open yet, of course. But the trailers look amazing to me. The only thing I am not looking forward to is watching her stunt double. Her stunt double, which is a man, and it's obviously a man. You know, whatever. I guess you just gotta, you know, suspend your disbelief. Sometimes and just enjoy the film for what it is. But the trailers look fucking badass, man. Many people regard this as one of the best releases Vinegar Syndrome has ever put out. So I had to get this before it disappeared. That is the end of the Vinegar Syndrome pickups. Let's do this one right here. In Search of Darkness, the trilogy, baby. Woo! These are some of the best horror documentaries I have ever seen. If you've never seen the In Search of Darkness documentaries, I highly recommend you check them out. They're all on Shudder, and Shudder is not an expensive service. If you don't have it, I think it's like $5.99 a month to get a ton of fucking great horror movies. Watch them wherever you're at, on your phone, on your tablet, you know, on your TV, stream it anywhere. It's really fucking awesome, that app. But all of the documentaries are on that app, and I highly recommend you check them out. So I got this release that came with this really cool box that has my fingerprints all over it, god damn it. And the back is pretty cool. The back just shows like a collage of a bunch of horror films, cool scenes and characters. Very awesome. In here you have the first, second, and third entries of this documentary. The first one didn't come with this sort of slip box. It just came like this, which is unfortunate. The second one has a really cool cover. See, it has this like little side loading slip case. Okay. Like that. And yeah, you got just like that. Really fucking sick, man. And the third one, really cool artwork on the box. They're so good, man. They're so good. I've watched these things over and over and over. There's so many hours of content in this one set. It's ridiculous. I think recently they just put it back up for pre-order. So if you missed out on it, I'm not sure if it's still up, but I highly suggest going to check it out and trying to get this trilogy. And like I said, only part 2 and 3 came with these boxes, not part 1, which I kind of don't like in a way, but they would not have all been able to fit in this box. I could barely fit all of this in this box, right now as it is. Look at how much space I got left. So I definitely would not have been able to put all 3 with the slip cases on them. And this first one, you just get in there, you just fucking ram that bitch in there. And there you go. I saw Mel from My Killer Podcast. Shout out to Mel. She was saying on her Instagram, she was posting this, and she said she couldn't get them all in there. There you go, Mel. I got them all in there, so just stuff that motherfucker and you can get them right in there, for real. Put it on the shelf, looking beautiful. Very cool. In Search of Darkness, highly recommend these documentaries. They're so awesome. You're gonna love them. If you love horror, trust me, you're gonna love these documentaries. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre on 4K from Dark Sky Films. This is the slipcover edition. Did not get the steelbook. I do want to get that still. Amazon did lower the price, which is fucking awesome. I did watch this and the transfer does look good, but I'm going to be really honest here. Did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre really need a 4K transfer? No, it did not. This does not need a 4K transfer. I mean, the movie's supposed to look gritty. That's the whole point of this film, for it to look gritty and grimy and really like sweaty and nasty and uncomfortable, and give you that sense of dread throughout the entire film. It did not need the 4K transfer. It looks good, but there's not much different from my Blu-ray, or I don't have the Blu-ray, my DVD I should say. I have the Steelbook DVD edition. But it was time to upgrade, so I had to get this. And I will admit this, that the HDR really brings out certain colors a lot. Like, they look beautiful, and that's the case with many of these old films. That's like the biggest change that I could see with these 4K transfers on the older films, is the color. The HDR really makes those colors super vibrant. So yeah, really, really cool, but I don't think this needed a 4K. Still happy to add this to the collection though. Much as I'm talking shit about that, talking about it didn't need a 4K, I certainly didn't need to get this. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K release from Second Sight Films. Whew, this thing is beefy. Look at this thing. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, beautiful. Nice hard box. This is gorgeous. I couldn't resist. I was gonna get this for sure because I love this slip and I love this film. This is one of my absolute favorite films. Tobe Hooper made a complete fucking masterpiece with this. But yeah, that's why I had to get this edition as well. Look at this damn thing. It has a huge book in there, a hardcover book. It's just a really, really cool release. And of course, like I said before, 4Ks are inherently region free, so I'm able to watch this if and when I do open it up. But I don't think the transfer is much different from that, but I will be cracking this open at some point just so I can check out the art cards and feel it in my hands. But this is beautiful, man. A lot of people were complaining about this, at least here in the States, the cover art. They did not realize that this is the original VHS cover art for the UK. So this is what's awesome about this release. So I really, really respect that, and I'm happy to have this thing. This is the classic cover for the UK, and that's fucking awesome, man. I really, really dig that. So yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on 4K from Second Sight. This thing is heavy too, man. It's fucking got some weight to it. Beautiful, man. Martin, 4K release. This one I did open. I watched it. I watched it. But yeah, this is a really cool release from Second Sight. A film that I had never seen. The film itself, it's okay. It's okay. It's not a great film. George Romero did a lot of great work with Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead, but he has a lot of movies that I'm not really into either. So this is one of them. It's just okay. I didn't love it, but I'm happy to have that edition because, of course, Man, look at these things, man. Second Sight, bro. They're killing it. And I am a huge fan of what they do. Cannot wait to get the Changeling to add that to the collection. Next one I have is a Synapse release. This one they released in 2020, I believe. But guess what? The slip was still available, and I was super fucking happy when I finally got it. And that is Suspiria. You should know that this movie is a classic. It's amazing. As far as Italian horror goes, this is one of the absolute best. And this transfer is phenomenal. Phenomenal. So far, Synapse is the company that I feel is doing the best transfers. I haven't checked out Blue Underground yet. I've heard a lot of good things about their transfer of Zombie, their transfer of New York Ripper, and I believe they did House by the Cemetery as well. I have those movies, but on Blu-ray, not on 4K. But Synapse, from what I see, because I have this, I have Demons 1 and 2, that set they put out, and I have Phenomena, the first limited edition box set. Those transfers are fantastic, and I've watched them on my PS5. They look phenomenal. The best I've ever seen so far of all the 4K movies I've seen. Vinegar Syndrome is hit or miss for me. I don't like every one of their transfers. Some of them are too dark, some are okay. You know, not the best. I haven't watched Roadhouse yet, or something else I have there in 4K from VS, but so far Synapse is my fucking favorite when it comes to 4K transfers, because this movie, and if you know this movie, you know there's a lot of color in here, a lot of bright colors, a lot of different colors, a lot of amazing visuals. Man, it really, really, really shines with a 4K transfer. I highly recommend this release. It still comes with the slip. I got this from Amazon. So if you guys did not get this yet and you're like, oh, I don't want to get it because I might not get the slip, jump on this shit. Get it. Trust me, you will not regret it. This transfer is fantastic. So Suspiria from Synapse, fucking great release. So happy to have that. The Vagrant. I've never seen this film, but I love Bill Paxton, and I love this guy, man, I forgot his name, but he's from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddys Revenge, the gym teacher that finds Jesse in the bar at night and makes him run laps around the fucking gym late at night in his fucking S&M gear and shit. Really, really awesome movie. I forgot his name, man. I forgot this actor's name, but you should know who I'm talking about. And he plays the Vagrant in this film. And from what I understand, this is a very, very, very fun, very awesome dark comedy of sorts. And this was originally released on Blu-ray by Scream Factory, and I missed out on that release. So I was so happy when I found out Arrow picked it up. This is not a 4K transfer. This is just a Blu-ray. It's a 2K restoration, but that is just fine. I'm fine with that. Not everything needs to be on 4K, people. And that's something I wish companies would understand, but of course, they're all about making money. Not everything needs a 4K transfer, okay? Just like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's awesome to have these great editions, and it's awesome that it's still getting love to this day. And the fact that they put it on 4K gives a lot of new collectors a chance to pick it up and give it a chance. And there's that aspect of it. But again, it does fall under the category of films that I feel does not need a 4K transfer. But yeah, The Vagrant. Fucking awesome. Can't wait to check it out. Bill Paxton, rest in peace. Okay, the next one I want to show is a release from Severin, and this is a box set. This was a complete blind buy for me, but is one of those blind buys that I'm very happy that I got, and that is the Violent Streets box set.
Caution. Morally and sexually, this motion picture may shock you, but it's an experience in psychosadism you will never forget.
And it is the Umberto Lenzi and Tomas Milian collection. Umberto Lenzi is famous for shit. I forgot what he did. Does it say it in the back here? Honestly, forgot the movie he's really famous for. But Italian horror film lovers should know him. Even though I am an Italian horror film lover, I'm not familiar with a lot of Umberto Lenzi's films. He did a lot of like crime, Italian crime movies, and 5 of them are in this set. And he did all of them with this actor, Tomas Milian, which is a Cuban actor who did a lot of Italian horror, not Italian horror, Italian crime movies and spaghetti westerns. This guy's amazing. He is fucking amazing, and so is Umberto Lenzi. He was a great director. This is a really cool box set too. Let's just show it real quick. There's the front, spot gloss on there too, very cool. No embossing, just some spot gloss going on the side there with the list of the movies. Very cool. Okay, you got Almost Human, Syndicate Sadists, Free Hand for a Tough Cop, The Cynic, The Rat, and the Fist, and Brothers Till We Die. Very nice. And there's the back there. That's Umberto Lenzi right there. Very cool. And when you open up the box, it's similar to one of those Vinegar Syndrome boxes, you know, so sort of top loading. And you got 5 different cases in there. Take the cases out. I got up to the 3rd one. I didn't watch the 4th and the 5th one. I watched Almost Human, Syndicate Sadist, and Free Hand for a Tough Cop. I started watching The Cynic, The Rat, and the Fist. I didn't finish that one. And I didn't watch Brothers Till We Die yet. Almost Human is fucking amazing. This is my favorite of all of them. Tomas Milian is fantastic in this film. I mean, it's just like Italian horror, where you got the dubbing of the dialogue, which I actually love. I love that about Italian horror and Italian films. It gives it a certain type of feel that I really enjoy. This one's really cool. I really fucking love this one. And Syndicate Sadist is really cool too, man. It's crazy. He plays a criminal in this one. Bad guy, a really fucking bad guy, a real piece of shit, but really awesome, very awesomely done. And in this one, he plays a vigilante who's basically a good guy, and he's out to avenge the death of a friend of his who was a cop. Very, very cool, awesome movie, man. I never heard of any of these, and this was a total joy for me to discover when I bought this set. Free Hand for a Tough Cop. Now, this is said to be the inspiration for the original 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte, which is one of my absolute favorite films. And I totally see it. I see where they get the idea. A cop takes a prisoner, so, you know, out of jail so he can find another criminal. It's a really cool movie. I dig it. And yeah, Cynic, The Rat, and the Fist, I didn't check it out. I saw a little bit of it, but I can't really speak on it much. This actually has John Saxon in this movie, so that's pretty cool, man. I love John Saxon. Rest in peace to him, and rest in peace to Tomas Milian, and I believe Umberto Lenzi is also gone. So yeah, it's really sad, but I'm glad they left this art behind so we can enjoy what they did, you know, and they live on forever through these films and works of art. Brothers Till We Die, another one I did not check out yet, but cannot wait to dive into this one. I do recommend this set, man. I highly recommend this set to anyone who's interested in films like this. Again, Almost Human and Syndicate Sadists are my 2 favorite in the set so far, and I think that'll be the case when I end up watching the other 2 films as well. So yeah, man, very, very cool. Awesome set from Severin, 5 restored classic films. They also have soundtracks. That's right, 4 of them have soundtracks for the film, man, and that's fucking awesome because the music in here, holy shit, I love the music so much, especially in Almost Human. So well done. I believe Ennio Morricone did that one, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, really cool set, highly recommended. 5 films, 4 soundtracks, and 10 plus hours of special features. You can't go wrong with a set like that. Really cool, looks great on the shelf, awesome artwork. Highly recommend this. Pick this shit up, man. You won't regret it. Another Kino Lorber that I missed before. We'll go through it really fast, and that is Marathon Man. Fucking classic with Dustin Hoffman. Very, very awesome movie, man. I cannot recommend this one enough. I watched this a lot growing up. This is a crazy suspense movie. Not a horror, but it's pretty scary. It is scary at times. They actually showed some of these scenes in Terror in the Aisles. So as a kid, I remember seeing this, like, oh shit, you know, it scared me because he was being chased in the night by fucking people trying to find out information from him that he did not have.
Take your time. Tell me.
Very cool movie, you know, just pick it up, man. I have not watched this transfer yet. I'm hoping that Kino Lorber did a great job with it. But again, just happy to have it in the collection because it's a childhood favorite of mine. And the last one that I want to show here is a beautiful, beautiful release from Cauldron Films. The first one I'm adding to my collection from Cauldron Films, and that is City of the Living Dead, otherwise known as The Gates of Hell. This is a film by Lucio Fulci that I believe just may be my favorite Fulci film. This film is fucking amazing. And Cauldron Films went all out with this one, with the packaging and the transfer. The transfer is pretty good. It's a little dark. I've been noticing that on some 4Ks that they seem kind of dark, but I'm lucky enough to be able to pull the shades and get the room super dark when I want to watch a movie on this TV, and it looks fucking great. I bought the initial release that came with this the CD soundtrack and a sticker set. Wow, the CD soundtrack I don't even have right now on me. I gotta grab it real quick. But this is an awesome sticker set that they released with this particular release. They're gonna release this again. You'll still get the slipcase there. The only difference is you won't get the sticker sheet, and you won't get this, which is the soundtrack, the CD soundtrack to City of the Living Dead, which was made by Fabio Frizzi, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Fabio Frizzi composed this, wrote and composed the soundtrack. And this, look at that artwork, man. Holy shit. Really fucking cool. Really cool. So yeah, I was happy to get this. I'm not too happy about this sleeve shit. And this is not the best way. I wish they would have put a tray in here, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Nice spot gloss there on the cover. Very cool, that original City of the Living Dead image of the zombie coming up with the tombstone behind him. Very cool. So the next release of City of the Living Dead just won't have these two items, but otherwise you're gonna get this, what you see here, which is the actual Amray case and this really cool slip box. Very nice. And that has some like spot gloss on it going on. It's embossed, of course. I love the blood coming from the eyes, the spot gloss on it. And then the back is really cool. Spot gloss on the top, matte finish on the bottom. Very nice, of that crypt with the zombies coming to life. This is a fucking awesome movie, amazing. And here's the original VHS case, and the back is really cool. It looks like the back of a VHS. I think that was the original like VHS release, how it looked on the back. Very nice. Yeah, I'm so happy I got this. Came with the poster as well. 3 discs. So you got the original artwork on one side, and it says The Gates of Hell, which I really fucking love. That's awesome. And then the new artwork, newly commissioned artwork on this side. I'm not sure who the artist was. If I get it, I'll pop it in here in the video so you can see the name of this artist, because they did a fucking amazing job with this cover, man. I fucking love it so much. Really cool, man. And that is it, man. I hope you enjoyed what I showed you here today. And if you like what you saw here, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and if you do hit subscribe, make sure you tap the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that I post. Hopefully I'll be having another video up very soon. I'll try my best to do more content, not to take so long to do a video, but again, I was just not doing very well with my asthma, so it took me out for a little while. And again, like I said before, I've been gaming like motherfucker, so you know, expect some video game content to come your way. I apologize if you're watching this video and you're like, dude, I don't give a shit about video games, I don't play video games. Well, that's why I'm going to try to split it, so that way I'm not mixing it into the movie pickups and the movie videos that I do. So, you know, that way if you don't like the video game videos, then you can watch something else that I got on this channel. But being that I got that PS5, it brought out the gamer in me again. And I pulled out my Wii, I pulled out my PS3, I pulled out my Super Nintendo Classic. So, you know, I've been playing a lot of video games lately. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. And until next time, take care and be safe, y'all.